Thanks so much. Keep it going for yourselves. That was not a catastrophe at all. Yeah.
Another beer?
How y'all doing tonight? My name is Socrates. I am an American.
Yay!
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm only the bartender because, people come in and complain about us all the time. But don't worry, I'm going to become Dutch soon. I'm getting my Dutch citizenship. Yeah. That's the expats. They cheer, and Dutch people are like, ooh. Guess I have to support it because, liberalism or something. Everybody wants an old broken guy to come in here. First of all, if you're all wondering, I don't have a merkin, so it's not something to wear. If you know what an merkin is, if you even know what that is, it's a genital toupee. And in fact, I am what they would call American, but we say we're Merkins. I'm American, and I find it ironic that the actual term merkin is literally it's a genital toupee. So if you have to do a '70s movie, you laser, you got to put on a merkin. And if you're like really proud, then you're just an American. Yay! Or like if you're from Hungary, leading the world in politics. Yay! Is the Austrian still here? Who was the Austrian? Yeah. And if you lead us somewhere, as long as you're not following these people, it's okay. Yeah, I'm American. We have our own many things to apologize about forever. And Jens is there, was calling back the years when people are born and things, and it's like when you're not on that list, that's painful. You know what I mean? He stopped in the 80s. I was in high school in the 80s. He didn't go to the 70s. I was alive in the 70s every damn day. Go back to the 60s. Now you're talking. Yeah. Hippie generation still alive. Woo. Because I'm 57. Yeah, appreciate that. Whoa. Yeah. It's too late now. But it's 75 in Dutch, which is cool. I'm still looking forward to turning 62. Because I'll be 26 in Dutch. If you're not into math jokes, And by the way, I don't know if your parents are disappointed if you're going to go into, what was it? Anthropology? It's worse when they find out you're doing stand-up comedy. I have parents. I walk in on my parents having sex. But my dad's 93 and my mom's 85, so it's not good. It's cool, they're divorced, they don't see each other. But my dad and his second wife, woo, with that young wife, yeah. Anybody have with broken bones in this country? Any broken bone people? Any careless, clumsy folk? No, just me. Anyone with an operation? No? Strokes? It's not funny. I've had 7 operations, 6 broken bones. Last month I had a first stroke. That's, 4 broken hearts, 3 stolen bikes, 2 residency cards, and a bonus card on Albert, huh? I think about that on my bike sometimes, So I was going to a therapist for a while because I've had a year of going to the hospitals here, the sick houses, the house of paracetamol. And I was going to a therapist because it's included in, my insurance. Cost a little time, but it was fun, and it's nice to have somebody you can talk to, and they can't complain about what you're saying. You're all selfish and things. I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about me. And the guy told me he didn't want to see me anymore. Yeah, you think it's bad breaking up with somebody when your therapist doesn't want to see anymore. And that was on a Friday, so it was a fun weekend. And then the next Monday, I had a stroke. Isn't that right? I blame the guy. I completely blame the therapist. And I found out that when you call up an ambulance and you say, I think I had a stroke, they come right over. Because when I broke my arm, which happened as well, I told them I needed an ambulance. They told me to take a taxi. Unless you're passing out. That's a tip, by the way. If you ask, say, yes, I'm going to pass out. I'll send you an ambulance. But I went to the hospital, and they took a look and did the whole CT scan, and the Dutch thing where they did, even kijken. It's a little look, but it's like, because a kijken is just a little look, but it's like even kijken is a little tiny look. This is a CT scan. I just had a stroke here. Kijk, look. I just don't get that, It's like Americans think the Dutch are very rude because they go into the store and they're like, I just want to ask you one question. It's like, you didn't start right, man. You gotta ask you, even vraagje. Can I ask you a little tiny question. Where's the hospital? I've been stabbed. Even so. Yeah, so I've been, like I said, touring the hospitals here. It's been a lot of fun. Just as COVID ended, I was taught this annoying word that I didn't want to learn, but I was forced to, and that word was aangereden. Yeah, it means to be slammed into, because I got slammed into, I was aangereden door a scooterklootzak. Because I got slammed into by an asshole in a scooter, which is something that happens here a lot. Happened to me a lot anyway. I was on a bike path, and I don't know if you know about bike paths, but the basic rule is a path for bikes. So when the car was on the bike path, I thought it was strange. And then the scooter, also on the bike path, not exactly normal. And so I tried to explain to everybody what they're doing wrong, but I didn't have time, so all I could say was, ah! And then I flew like a bird, which was really cool. It was exciting. It was calm and everything. But then I landed like an octopus. The whole day went to shit at that point. It wasn't good. Yeah, like I said, I had to go to the sick house. And this has happened to me at least twice now. When they look at your x-ray, you don't want to get this reaction from the doctor. There's different. Any doctors in the house? No, well, if you are a doctor one day, never do this, which is And I saw the x-ray. I was like, I hope that's not me. And so, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah. And they sent me home with what they call conservative treatment. You know what this is? It's Dutch for nothing. It was extremely financially conservative. They gave me the blue strap. You know the blue strap? It's blue and it's a strap. And it's got Velcro on it. So it's modern and technologically advanced. And they sent me home and said, it comes good. You heard this, right? Every therapist, every doctor, it's something if you go to the medical system here, expect them to say to you, oh, it comes good. It's not helpful per se, but it buys them some time. It's extremely cheap, you know? And the one guy, actually my butcher told me that, my Socrates, he said, oh, it comes good. But I trust them because they know bones, you know? And they sent me home with this optimistic phrase and told me to keep exercising my arm. By the way, I think it comes good is only useful as like a Yelp review for like a sperm donor. Yeah, 4.5 stars. So they sent me home and told me to keep exercising my arm. For more than a year, I could really only raise my arm about so much, and they said it's active and they had passive, so I was supposed to keep pushing it up to keep it from freezing up, because God forbid the shoulder freezes up. So I was in my backyard, you know, waving at my neighbors. Getting a really bad vibe from everybody. You know, I think the Austrian has an idea. In fact, I was yesterday when I told that, they were like, yeah, they're right next door on the East Coast. You know, we live in Noord-Holland, they're on Noord-Holland. It's a geography joke, which an American I should never ever do. And I said to my doctor, I said, hey doc, my arm, it's not coming good here. I cannot raise my arm higher than this. I have arm erectile dysfunction. The first step to coming good is get it up, and that was it. He told me Helaas Pindakaas, because he thought it was good enough. And if you don't know, by the way, Helaas Pindakaas is a favorite Dutch saying. It rhymes. They love this thing. It means, do you know? No, it means, oh well, peanut butter. Did that help? Not at all, right? Not even slightly. Just know that it rhymes, okay? And it's like, oh well, you know, there's no more to it than that. But it does rhyme. They love a good rhyme. It's cool. It's a cultural thing. I was here 3 months, and I was taught another favorite rhyme of mine, which is unfortunately Nogan into Koken, which means fucking in the kitchen. It's not sex in the kitchen. It's literally fucking in the kitchen. And I do not know how to use Nogan and Koken in context. You know? I've mentioned it to many, many people. I know people go, oh, you use it like this. No. The only thing I've been able to figure out so far it's possible is that when you combine Nogan and Koken with Helaas and Pindakaas, you end up with satay sauce. That's the man who likes the satay sauce. Yeah, I came with another for the weather, but I'm staying for the food. As a Greek especially, it's a cultural thing too, because it's subtly different, Greece and here. You know, it's like Here it gets warm and we call it hot. There it gets really hot and things burst into flames. That's hot when things actually catch fire. And but it's like, again, the difference when I go to Greece. I'm always amazed by the things like mountains, you know, which I never see here anymore, which is like a piece of land that goes, well, up, which is that way. Are you confused? All right, you've seen bridges, right? It's like a bridge, but it's made out of rocks. And rocks are like mud that's gotten really, really dry and hard. Okay, and I can't explain dry, because that's a very foreign concept to live in here. I don't know if you noticed or not. But my favorite word for rain, though, is misur. You know, that little tiny rain in your face? It's misur, because it makes you miserable. So you guys but you were Hungarians, that's right. You're the Dutch man who's now turning Irish with alcohol. I knew a Scottish guy that was really bad like that. He didn't have an accent until he started drinking, and then he went crazy with his accent. Well, like I say, I've been doing my thing here for a while now, and I personally really love the Netherlands. I do my little bike rides up to Monnika Dam and such like that. It's a cool place to fietsen. It's a bit scary, because you never know what asshole's around the next corner. Yeah, that's like the modern, that's like the age of 2024, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen the next day. You turn on the news. Never turn on the news. As an American, please don't watch the news. But anyway, I'll finish up with basically my advice for life. If people always want to ask advice from a comedian, because we make really good choices. Money's not important. Work for free beers, even if you don't drink. I always wanted to do a show in a coffee shop. You know, free token, yeah, because I need token. I did Oxycontin for a year, by the way. Great drug. All the doctors told me you shouldn't take it. What am I supposed to do? Take paracetamol. Taking 1,000 of that a day, that's too much. Just go cold turkey or whatnot, you know. Cold turkey if you're into vegan stuff. But basically, in life, you know, it's hard. You have to maintain a balance in your life, because it's really difficult to not do that. You'll end up in the hospital again and again and again. But one of the most important things is to maintain a work and life balance, you know. And it's like really important to never take your work home with you, especially if you're like a kindergarten teacher. But anyway, from what I was told, being on stage, comedy and such, it's a lot like sex. And the more I do it, I think it's more and more true. Because, you know, I was really excited about coming here tonight. And now that I came, I'm a little hot, sweaty, and tired. But I'm hoping to come again one night soon. You guys are a great audience. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for this.
Oi, oi, oi. Ciao, nascosto.